Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Envoy with me, Bregaton. Let's go clear this out, which I thought we did last time. In fact, you can even see the corpse. So we'll see what happens.
Watch me, follow me.
Well, that's alright, I'll take more experience. And now we can level up. So Might for Benedict. Now every 6th attack ignores all defenses. We can also choose another specialization. And I'll try to pick thematic ones. I'm thinking... Combat Medic for Benedict. You only have access to 4 skills, it looks like. That seems thematic. He's currently a protector, as are combat medics. Now, I have too many passives on him. I guess I have to leave that point there. Yeah, that works for me. And then we'll put a point into Healing Crystal, so costs 1 summon point, summons a crystal for 60 seconds. Transfers its HP to allies within 6 meters, healing them for 11 HP per second until depleted, and granting plus 10% elemental resistance. The healing exceeds target's max HP, it regenerates magic shield equal to 50% of excess healing value. HP scales with skill power. It's a really good skill for Benedict, it makes him tankier and sustains him. Alright, Malachi, we're going to max out power. So skill mana costs minus 10. He also has too many passives. I'm actually going to get rid of these and put them over here. I always intended Malachi to be more of a caster and not a summoner. So we're going to focus on that. Now for specializations... Elementalist makes sense if there is a... There are no shock skills here. Sharpshooter makes a little bit of sense since he is using a rifle. So I guess we'll go with that. Yeah, they get a scouting drone. I may not select any of these, but thematically I think the class makes sense. So the sharpshooter, because I don't think we've seen this skill yet, gets Bunker Buster. There's an explosive charge dealing 70 physical damage and inflicting slow for 10 seconds, and stun for 3 seconds on enemies within 4 meters. Covers caught in the initial blast explode, spreading the skill's effects onto targets around them. Scouting drone. Sends an untargetable scouting drone to the target, in the target direction. The drone travels for 10 seconds, bouncing off walls and dropping explosive charges along its path. Each explosive deals 70 burn damage at a 3-meter radius and inflicts burn for 10 seconds. The drone reveals a 6-meter area around it and inflicts mark for 10 seconds on spotted enemies. And singular focus. Toggle on off. A focus stance that grants plus 15% weapon damage and plus 2 max range to range weapons and skills. It applies minus 90% movement speed in combat. And Piercing Shot. It fires a piercing beam in the target direction, dealing 125 physical damage, plus 100% weapon damage to enemies in its path. Status Synergy Shaken, inflicts armor strip 20 on enemies with Shaken. So we'll grab that, and I'm going to revamp some of his abilities. So we'll keep strong criticals. We'll probably get rid of some mana absorb. 4 strong criticals. So now, each time you use a skill, gain plus 80% critical damage for 15 seconds. This effect does not stack. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3. Can I get rid of this? I can. But where to put it? I guess if I get rid of this, max this out. I guess I could put a point down here as well and get this ultimate. Well, I don't think it's officially an ultimate, but the last skill you can unlock. I don't think we need the extra mana. I probably get rid of this as well. No, I do want Arcane Arsenal. Probably slot it though. This is not necessary. So I still have 5 passives. I need to get rid of that one. I'm gonna get rid of this as well. It lets me. Let's grab a point into Lightning Storm anyway. So it causes 20 lightning bolts down that randomly strike over time within a 6-meter radius. Each bolt deals 80 shock damage and inflicts charge 25% chance on enemies within 2 meters. Status energy vulnerable. Inflicts charge 25% chance and stun for 2 seconds on enemies with vulnerable. I wouldn't mind having another ability down here, but we can always... I do singular focus. I wouldn't mind having force weapons as well. I'm grabbing this to compensate for not having the mana regen off of this. Yeah, I think this looks fine for now. We'll get more points, and I'll probably put them into singular focus down here instead. And slot that. Because when he's not casting, I don't want him to have a lot of kick on his weapon. And for Kayla, we'll max out Mastery. So each weapon attack restores 10 hit points and 3 mana. In fact, I might change up Benedict. Do Mastery instead. So I'm fine with 10 points into Might. We're going to do this. So after skill is cast, increases critical chance by 25% for 5 seconds. That's not relevant. But more sustain on his attacks is pretty good. Alright, then Cestia. I'll max out speed, so dodge plus 20%. She has too many passives as well. We need to slot this one. I can get rid of Skill Frenzy, put this here. So we've been missing out on a lot of damage. Well, some damage. Would not mind maxing that out. I guess we can grab Arrow Rain. The fires are probably along a 12-meter drawn path that lasts for 5 seconds, dealing 50% weapon damage per second. Status Energy Shaken, inflicts weakness for 10 seconds on enemies with Shaken. I don't think there's anything else I'd rather have. I mean, I guess we could do Blast Roll. Yeah, since we already have it, let's just upgrade that. So Phantom Roll is the upgrade to Blast Roll, which I prefer over Explosive Roll. We'll read both. Explosive Roll, roll in a chosen direction, leaving behind a toxic bomb that explodes after 1 second, dealing 25 poison and burn damage, and inflicting vulnerable for 20 seconds on enemies within 3 meters. Status Energy Vulnerable, deals additional 25 burn and poison damage, and inflicts poison for 10 seconds, burn for 10 seconds on enemies with vulnerable. Versus Phantom Roll. Roll in a chosen direction, leaving behind a phantom image that attacks nearby enemies for 8 seconds. The phantom image is an immobile copy of the caster with minus 50% weapon damage. Then over here, choose a specialization. We'll probably just grab Sharpshooter. I think that one makes the most sense. Oh wait, she is a Sharpshooter. I just don't use any of her skills. Alright, in that case... we could do Assassin. I don't think any of these skills really match her, but thematically it makes sense. We can always respec too, so it's not a big deal. We have 2 points to spend. Yeah, let's do singular focus. So you toggle it on and off. We just read this actually from Malachi, so 2 points into that. Want that at the far end. Along with wind stance, I think. What skill did I get rid of? We got our Toxic Bomb, we've got our Headshot, we've got our Wind Stance. Singular Focus. I have no idea. Oh, it was this. I recognize that symbol. Because I hadn't seen it before, but yeah, there we go. Alright, Leon, let's max out our Mastery, so each weapon attack restores 10 hit points and 3 mana. Skills. Technomancer makes sense for him as well, but I think we'll go with Conjurer. Summoner. Because Wild Jin does have Lightning. And that matches the theme of his class, so. Let me count his passives real quick. Yeah, he has so many passives as well. And max that out and put another point into, oh, I don't know. I guess that. That was a good max out Pocket Factory, so gain +3 summon points. And then we'll grab Wild Jin later. Alright, max out Mastery for Vaso. I feel like their builds don't mix up that much. Though, I think I'm going to do the same thing with her as I did with Benedict, but opposite. So I'm going to make her into a Guardian. Once again, I have to check on my passives. I've been doing good about my active abilities, but I did lose track of my passives. Looks like she only has 4. So let's grab the upgrade for Dedication. Each time you cast a skill, gain plus 25% skill power for 5 seconds. Goes up by 5%. Pretty solid. Then we'll probably get rid of the the one offensive spell she has. Maybe even the Fire Apprentice. And maybe play around with the Guardian skills later. But cool.
Right.
A lot of multi-classing. Pretty fun. Am I missing a skill on Malachi? Alright, cool. Well, that took a little time. Not a lot of enemies in that mission, so not the most impressive scores. Alright, to Scorched Spire. Size large, theme ancient ruins, difficulty medium, enemy family revenants, chest 5, mining deposits, titanium. I wish the statues could tell us what they saw throughout the centuries they perched on the carved pedestals.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't keep going in, guys. Darn summons.
What?
Of course, I used all my cooldowns.
Yes.
What's on your mind?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I'm taking you down.
Oh yeah.
Also, I like this healing crystal. It kind of matches the theme of Benedict, where he goes in, he drops like the Guardian Matrix, Steel Skin. It just holds the line.
What's the plan?
Time for plan B?
Watch my back. On it.
I guess if I put this on autocast, I assume it turns off automatically at the end of combat.
Speak.
Be careful. Enemies up ahead. Follow me.
Let's get going.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Well, there's our
We
mission
don't have all
reward.
Gotcha.
Follow me. Mm-hmm.
A ton of research in here. We've already found, I think, 60. Then I think, what was it, 2 with the mission chest?
I'm here.
Yes. Yes. Right away.
You guys need to come back this way.
Cover me.
Malachi, you can make it through there, buddy.
On your command.
Yes.
Ouchies.
What's the plan?
Alright, maybe not. Not a lot I can do about that since he doesn't want to move. Oh, down she goes too. Avoid that if we can.
What? On my way.
Uh-oh, there's more. Sorry, Malachi and Kayla can handle this. I could take this time to pick up my allies, but we've got it. You can walk this way, Caleb.
What do you propose?
Oh, not too bad. We got separated because of these traps here.
Follow me.
I hate how you can't force your characters to walk through them.
Sure.
Might be a setting. I remember seeing a setting somewhere. They avoid traps or avoid danger. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That is hindering me more than it's helping me. Because I can see the traps and move them out of it if I need to. But sometimes I need them to walk through the fire and the flames and carry on. I do really like how tanky Benedict is. My only grievance is that I was right in not making one of the main characters a tank.
Sure.
Because games like this always provide a tank character.
Yeah.
I do like my main character typically being the frontline tank.
Let's get going.
An ancient pillar.
Hostiles.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Benedict just drops down these two abilities and the rest of his party can't be killed either. Yeah, it's a really satisfying combination. I find it a little odd that the Guardian Matrix doesn't require a summon point, but the Healing Crystal does. They serve a similar function.
On it.
It's like the Guardian has any other summon type abilities.
Yeah.
Listening.
I'm listening.
Look out.
What's the plan?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, coming from behind too.
Time for plan B.
Yes? What's the plan?
Orders.
Speak.
Yes.
Speak. Right.
I do feel significantly more powerful with the extra specialization. Though it didn't look like we got the stat growth with the second specialization. The first one, when you selected it, showed you all the various stats that you get and will scale with that class.
Follow me.
But not for the second one.
Easy.
Which I guess is fair, but it'd be cool if you got like half of it or something.
Huh?
I do need to start using cover more effectively, because I've hardly touched this stuff.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, I think this is the end of the dungeon. Don't see any paths that we could have missed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll head towards the research facility, and I guess choose a side, Empire or League. And I think I'm still leaning towards Empire.
We don't have all day.
They made them both equally bad, except for I do think the slavery weighs against the League a bit more. Because the mission that corresponded with the League slavery was what? It was the village with the mana. Which didn't seem... I mean, it was detrimental to the environment. But we also learned that there was a drawback to having the mana run free, and that it made the area inhospitable, which is fine. But it didn't seem nearly as bad as having a mine full of slaves, and then that noble that was... Well, I guess once we got there, they weren't slaves anymore. But they were slaves before that. As far as I understand it, the League did condone it. At least up to a point. And of course, that noble was doing some messed up stuff in the basement, so... But we'll see. See if they offer me another moral choice that sways me in one direction or the other. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.